In this presentation, we are going to discuss about harvesting and marketing of aquaculture commodities. Let's start by discussing about the different harvesting techniques. Marketable size milk fish in ponds are harvested with either of the following methods. The first one is the freshening or the current method, or what we call pasulang or pasuba. Steps undertaken with this method. First, the rearing pond is partially drained of its water during low tide and then letting in the new tidal water in the next incoming high tide. The fish then swim against the current created by inflowing water passing through the open gate into the catching pond where they are confined. The next step is that the gate is closed as soon as the catching pond is filled with fish. This technique prevents rapid spoilage during transport and marketing. Next, fish are harvested by seining or scooping after confinement. Harvesting by means of freshening or current method may fail if, first, reduction of water depth in the pond is insufficient. Ponds are too deep to drain because of tide. Fish are not hungry, the tide is receding, and it is raining. Now let's proceed to another method, which is the draining method. The rearing ponds are totally drained during low tide at night time. When fish are confined in the catching pond, they are scooped or seined. This method enables one to remove all undesirable fishes in the pond. The objection to this method is that it lowers the quality of the harvest because of the mud that adheres to the fish, which is quite difficult to remove. Bamboo screening method. Series of bamboo screens or banata are joined together by bamboo splits, erected on one side of the pond and then dragged towards the other side by several persons to where the fish are finally harvested by scooping them in a confinement chamber made out of the same bamboo screens being used and with the aid of suspension nets. The next one is the seining method. A seine is made of nylon or synthetic net. In this method of harvest, several draggings of the seine net are made to ensure complete harvest. In this method, milkfish are bruised and descaled. The last method for the harvesting technique is the gill netting method. Gill netting is the poorest method of harvesting in the sense that the fish are bruised and descaled. Their shelf life is low because they are caught with their guts full of food, causing them to spoil easily.
Harvesting in cages. The stocks may be totally or selectively harvested when they reach the marketable size. Marketable size is dependent upon the kind of species. During the harvest, the bottom net is lifted gradually from one side and the fish are scooped out from the other side. For large cages, 4 to 5 persons are required to remove the fish out of the net. Production and yield. Production is the total output produced or obtained in terms of numbers or weight from whatever size of a culture system used in farming. Example given, fish pond. Production differs from yield in that the latter refers to the output produced per unit area. Example given, yield per hectare or per square meter per crop. Pre-chilling. Before packing for market, the newly harvested fish are immersed in a container of water pre-chilled with ice water or crushed ice to maintain their quality. 450 kilograms crushed ice is used to chill 1 ton of fish, which are to be transported for a longer time. Proportionate amount of ice will be used for smaller weight of fish. 1 to 3 hours is the chilling time of bangus and maybe other finfish species intended for export or those that are to be transported for a longer distance or time.
Now let us move on to the marketing of fish. Domestic marketing of fish involves distributing and selling fish within a country. It includes activities like harvesting, processing, transportation, and retailing. This process connects fish producers with consumers through various channels such as direct sales, wholesalers, retailers, and food service establishments. Marketing efficiency involves allocating resources effectively to maximize satisfaction of the consumer. The three factors that affect market efficiency are market control, externalities, and information accessibility. One significant factor influencing market efficiency is market control. This refers to the structure, conduct, and performance issues within a market. Another factor impacting market efficiency is externalities. Externalities refer to the effects of economic activities that spill over to third parties not directly involved in the transaction. Number three is the access to information that is crucial for market efficiency. Participants in a market must access to relevant information such as prices, supply, demand, and product quality to make informed decisions. Market structure refers to the characteristics and organization of a market that influence strategically the nature of competition and pricing behavior within the market. In marketing, an oligopolistic market arises when the number of product sellers is not large enough for individual contributions to be negligible. Competition is manageable and products sold are not generally homogeneous in quality or species. Imperfect market information and entry barriers such as capital investment can influence the market dynamic. For example, investing capital in a processing plant producing export products can create barriers to entry, shaping the market structure and competition. Market conduct refers to market coordination mechanisms and the pricing policies used in the market chain. Lastly, market performance within the marketing chain is typically evaluated based on returns and marketing margins. Processors consistently achieve higher returns on investment compared to other players in the chain. Wholesalers and retailers tend to maintain stable market marginal profits, often calculated based on the value and quality of the products they handle. Market prices can vary from place to place due to shortages or oversupply, impacting the overall dynamics of the market.
Channels of distribution in the Philippines. The route of the products from the producer to the consumer or final user varies widely among commodities and even among producers of the same goods. Typical routes are from producer to consumer, producer retailer to consumer, producer wholesaler retailer to consumer, and producers going to agent, wholesaler, retailer, and consumer. The general practice is producer chooses the channel to reach the various markets to ensure that buyers can conveniently purchase what they want, where they want it, and when they are ready to buy. The standard approach is to select the distribution path most likely to ensure the availability of the product at the point used by the producer's target customers. The optimum channel will be that which best deals with the constraints created by the characteristic of the product, the customer, the available intermediaries, competitive activity, company structure, and the business environment, according to Cheston 1989 as cited in Camo. This map, or that is the channel of or in marketing of fish, where it shows that the map where the product came from the producer, and how it reaches the consumer. So this map is according to Abukay JS Undated Concepts and Requirements for the Culture of Tilapia in Tank, College of Fisheries, Freshwater Aquaculture Center, Central Luzon State University, Science City of Muñoz, Nueva Ecija. These are the common methods of marketing tilapia. First is wet market retailing, roadside retailing, small-scale retailing or wholesaling, and large-scale wholesaling. Photos are taken from Abukay JS Undated Concepts and Requirements for the Culture of Tilapia in Tank, College of Fisheries, Freshwater Aquaculture Center, Central Luzon State University, Science City of Muñoz, Nueva Ecija. Pricing. In a free market economy, price represents the foundation upon which all business transactions takes place. The producers mix the price for his or her commodities, and the consumer decides as to what price to buy for the goods. Price come in form of rents, fees, tolls, premiums, wages, and others. The ultimate price is one that motivates a customer into sharing his money in exchange for something that he or she wants, according to Malaysian Institute of Management 1992, Espejo Hermes 1998, cited in Camo, undated. Price is the sum of money that a willing buyer and a willing seller agree to exchange for goods or services in a normal business transaction. The objectives of pricing are: achieve a target return of investment, maintain, improve on market share, help generate cash flow, and help the business to continue or increase sales volume to levels that match expenses. Prices may change as a result of the interaction between the market forces of supply and demand. When there is a high demand for good and the supply is not sufficient, prices will automatically rise until supply and demand is more or less equal. However, if there is large of supply of goods as compared to demand, prices tend to drop. Price undoubtedly set the price for his own goods, while every consumer makes up his own mind as to price he will pay for the goods he wants.
So for the distribution of aquatic products, domestic marketing in the Philippines is considered as dispersed and uncoordinated. As the level goes down from the wholesaler to retailer, the proportion of buyers to vendors increases. Direct sellers from the producers to consumer is rare. However, this could be done only by municipal fishermen. Benefits or impacts of and problems and constraints in aquaculture. Positive impacts of aquaculture redound to the socio-economic development of the country in general and of the fish farmers in particulars. Likewise, it contributes to the genetic improvement and the development of new strains in certain cultivable species. On the negative side, aquaculture, which is not properly undertaken, may pose problems on environmental degradation and population. Positive and negative impacts of aquaculture. For positive impacts includes poverty alleviation, it improves the farmer's economy as well as the country's economy. It provides sufficient supply of fish, protein, benefiting rich and poor people alike. It helps in the development of new strain of saline fish like in the case of the tilapia, and it contributes to the tourism industry. For the negative impact, potential of organic leading to overstocking of fish seeds, fertilization and feeding, possible siltation of river system, water quality degradation which may lead to occurrence of diseases. Introduction of exotic species could affect local fish species. And lastly, hybridization may result in poor breeding when species are hybridized in the wild.